When we're overstimulated, overwhelmed, anxious, our thinking narrows, our executive function drops, our internal systems become unregulated. This is where breathing techniques can really help you. However, there's a lot of information out there about breathing techniques. So what I've done is I've gathered 3 techniques which are incredibly simple and very, very quick. These simple techniques, they're enough. They will be able to help you regulate yourself at times when maybe you need that extra bit of support. Breathing isn't a cure, it's not a replacement for support, it won't solve your burnout. What it will do though is just widen your window of tolerance, it will give you an extra few minutes. It can be the difference between coping and collapsing, it just catches you, it's a net to hold you. So follow with me, see what works for you, comment with any questions you have, and hopefully you'll be able to find some really simple tools to implement into your toolbox. So the first one is super simple. All we're doing is we're counting our breath. So we're not doing anything different with our breath, we're just counting as we're breathing anyway. So in that moment where you start to notice that you're falling out of regulation, you'll just bring your attention to your breathing, and as you breathe in 1, as you breathe out 2, as you breathe in 3, as you breathe out 4. You'll find you won't need to count much higher than 10 before you start to actually come back into regulation. The reason this works is because it takes your mind off the thing that was causing you to fall out of regulation and into something else, which naturally will then bring you back in as you shift your focus. So try that, count with me, and then we'll see how that feels. So just count your normal breath as you breathe in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You may need to go a little longer in the moment as you're falling out of dysregulation, but keep doing it until you just feel you have that moment of calm to be able to take the next step and do the next thing. So again, super simple, really quick. You can practice at any time. So you can practice so that you've got this as a technique ready for when you need it. You could be walking down the road, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could be doing anything. So just practice that as and when, and then you'll find that in the moments you need it, it will be there for you. So our second technique is also super simple. All we're doing is we're extending the out breath. By extending the out breath longer than the in breath, it signals to the nervous system a signal of safety. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 3 seconds and we're going to breathe out for 5 seconds. You're not trying to breathe in extra deeply or anything, you're just breathing normally, but you're just breathing in for 3, out for 5. So you're extending the out breath. So let's try that together. What I'll do is as I'm breathing in, I'll do this. As I'm breathing out, I'll do that. You can count along if you want, but you don't need to. You can just watch my hand. So we'll only do it for a few breaths and we'll see how that feels. So settle yourself and then we'll start in just a moment. We're going to breathe in first. So that's a really great technique just to feel calm at any time. All you do is you breathe out longer than you're breathing in. If you're able to, another good timing on that is 4 seconds in, 7 seconds out. So I didn't want to do that with you in this very first time, just in case it was a little bit longer than what you're used to. But if you can practice that with 4 seconds in, 7 seconds out, that's a really good way to just bring calm to any moment at any time. Again, these are really good things to practice just so that you've got those tools in your toolbox ready for when you need them because you've practiced them. This last technique involves a breath hold. You might not have done that before, so it might feel a little bit strange at first. So what we do is we'd go 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, 4 seconds out, hold for 4 seconds, 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. So it's called a box technique as it goes round in a box. So when you're holding It's not about like when you were a kid holding your breath where you're like, you don't want to be doing that. They shouldn't bring stress on your body. It should just be a very calm stopping of the breath. So I've breathed in, now I'm just going to hold. Everything's normal, my mind's there, it just brings a stillness, and then out, and then hold. So again, there shouldn't be this effort of holding your breath. It's just a stopping of breath and holding it in, holding it out. That's what we mean by hold. So let's do that together. I'll put a timer on the screen. Let's start with the breathing in. So remember, it's in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. We'll do that box 3 times just so we can get a good feeling of how that was. So we'll be breathing in first, so get ready to breathe in for 4 seconds. So that technique for me is the best. I find it brings a calmness and a stillness to me that really helps me just feel really regulated when I do it. If you haven't done a breath hold before, maybe that felt a little bit strange. Try it for 3 seconds if it didn't feel right to you, and then you can work your way up to 4. So there's a lot more you could learn about breathing techniques, but if you're just looking for some simple tools to add to the toolkit, these are great ones I really recommend. Hopefully you found that useful. Hopefully that'll help you in times when you need them. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.